Here we go. All right, with Stevie Johnson, 13. Gonna be back in town again this weekend. And it's great to see you, man, as always. Looking good.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. It's always good to see you too, boy. We have some good times, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. God, there's so much I have to talk to you about because I follow you on social and you're a busy guy. I try not to bother you as much as I possibly can because I know everyone's knocking on your door trying to get your time and whatever. But
Yeah,
I follow you on the socials and I see you're out and doing all kinds of stuff, man. And super proud of what you've been able to do, in post football life and obviously with your fam and all your kids playing all kinds of sports and doing great and following in your footsteps athletically. Books, obviously, there's always a way. The Legend of Fitzmagic, Freddie J makes his play. And I know you and Fitz a couple weeks ago got together. And I just got to ask you, man, how cool was it to catch back up with him?
yeah. I mean, it's always good to get that confirmation of you don't have to talk every day and still have that brotherhood and that connection. So it's pretty cool, and it doesn't help that I see him almost every day too because I watch highlights of us.
or you see Kevin Hart and too much magic, too much magic.
Yeah, hey, yeah, you see him every day on social. Also, he's
Yep.
doing this thing, man. Is love. It's a good thing to be able to do these creations and put these things together. With from the connections that I've had from my playing years. That's what it's about. It's about taking advantage of those times. Not only living in those moments, but really, having that time to, take advantage of it for the future. And I wanted to give a moment to shout out Andre Davis. He was a linebacker that came to Buffalo, and it was in his later years. And he the one that got my mind mentally prepared on like life insurance, mentorship, and helping out the next generation. So that kind of hit me like towards my final years in Buffalo. And it's pretty cool to be able to come back and give back to the community and utilize the homies that I play football with.
You're getting a lot of frequent flyer miles too while you're traveling back and forth from left to right coast, man.
Yeah, putting it to work, putting it to use, when I can. I try not to do too much, but I do what I can. Most of the times is when our Buffalo Bills bless me with an opportunity like this. I end up, somehow stepping out into the community and creating with the Western New York.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously you got your teammates involved in some of these books. Have you talked to any of the current Bills? And is there anything out there? I mean, maybe you can't talk about it just yet, but can you
Yeah,
hint towards the possibility of maybe Steph Diggs or Josh and one of those guys, collaborating with you on one of these books?
yeah. I spoke with a few of the guys. I don't have nothing stamped. I don't want to speak on things that's really not 100%. But we've had conversations. But at the moment, I really don't want to be in their ear talking about this while they're in the hunt for going to get that trophy. So most of those conversations are mainly for like the off season.
Yeah, I hear that. And we know that Josh should probably not be the illustrator for your books. We've seen it's on the t-shirt, the football and the bill and the it's not great. So I'm
Look,
glad you have a top notch illustrator to do your books.
look, there's always a way. He can do anything. Combine with me. You know what I'm saying? It's always a way to spark a mind. And he's already done that with his art, with his illustrations.
Dude, I got to tell you, man, because we when you were playing hung a little bit, and there's such a great group of guys, and man, if I could, and I think there's people that went through the drought with us and would say the same thing that if I could have gotten you guys one playoff run, man, I mean, because you deserved it so much. You were so great in the community. You were such good guys. You were good players. If we could have just gotten you that one, man, I think it would have really encapsulated that whole sort of early to mid 2000s and late
Word,
2000s for the Bills.
word. I can dig it. I appreciate it, and I understand where you're coming from with it. But at the same time, like this lifestyle is not fair. It's worth it, but it's not fair. That's what it feels like. but at the same time, we had opportunities. We just didn't get it when we had when we had the opportunity. But it is what it is. We hit at a different part. It wasn't the win loss column, but in our hearts, everybody's seeing and working that blue collar mentality we brought.
100%. So you got some things going on this weekend that I absolutely want to talk about. I know you're going to be doing an appearance at a vintage store in town, right?
Yeah, everything vintage. So we'll have shout out to Skilly. Skilly's the owner down there on Hurdle Avenue. Everything vintage. You can look it up, and we'll have a fashion show and we'll have a comedy show. I have a few comedian friends, and they wanted to get on and provide their skill to to the community, give them something fun to do. So once again, Bill's, like I said earlier, Bill's blessed me with this opportunity to come out there. And I utilize that to create in the neighborhood. So we'll have that on November 12th. Yeah, you come down at 5:30 and it'll last up until 9 o'clock. We have like 4 comedians, so it's pretty cool. Then we have a fashion show by Maddie Ross.
Awesome. And are you gonna do like 10 minutes? You gonna get up there and do a little or no?
Yeah, I get in where I fit in. You know what I'm saying? There's always somewhere for me to fit in and do something. But for the most part, I'm gonna speak and give my thanks to everybody for showing up and making things happen, because stronger together is our vibe, and we just trying to continue to spark minds and make this thing even bigger than what it is right now.
And Hurdle is such a good spot, man. It's so much fun down there. So it's gonna be a
Yeah,
blast.
shout out to the Garage Bar and Grill down there. MNT, the homies at MNT Bank, they've done some things with our Exposure Academy. So shout out to Hurdle. Shout out to Queen City Vintage. They also out there, close friends. So yeah, it's big love down there.
They probably have one of these things in their store, I bet.
Yeah, they got a few. It's a rare thing right there though.
Right?
Got one of them things. That's special. That's special. Especially you got the SIG on there.
I do.
I see that thing.
Yes. Trust me, man. I made my way through the locker room.
Yeah,
I made you
yeah.
put your John Hancock on there for sure. You kidding me? You kidding me? Hey, tell me about what's this other thing, this turkey bowl thing that I've seen.
Yeah, that's another thing, a part of our creations, just community engagement. It's something that I always wanted to do as far as put businesses together. It was something that it actually sparked my mind. I went to a Bills 707. It was like a co-ed thing, and they had the businesses playing against each other, or they was representing the teams. And I thought that was real cool. So, I ended up putting something on for the Thanksgiving, and this would be our football classic. We linked up with Buffalo AF, and they'll take on our club HBHF guys, and we'll have some fun out there.
So help us out with this, because I think it's tackle, right?
Yeah, tackle football,
Woo.
tackle 7, tackle. You know how it is. Out in the snow playing in the backyard with one of them things, one of them vibes.
You by the way never played in the snow.
Never played in the snow. Yeah, it was little flakes coming out, but nothing serious.
You missed out. You missed out, dude. You missed out.
I know.
So tell me a little bit. So these are all amazing things, and obviously you can, we'll let you pub all your social media at the end of this, but definitely go there and see Stevie this weekend and around the Turkey Bowl time and all that. So I got to get your read, man. They already have more losses than they had last year combined, man. What's going on with our Bills, dude?
Yeah, no, nothing. It's tough. We hit a couple tough teams. We got wins where we needed to. Well, one I think, like the Jacksonville and London. I wish we would have had that one. Aside from that, we played against a tough Bengals offensive line. You couldn't really get to Burrow, but if you look at the tape, that line did really good. Like, they did good, and it's just something that we'll have to see later. Something we'll have to adjust and get to later. But right now, I don't have nothing to say about it. Just, they got us. The team that got us, they got us.
Fair enough. Hey, I got to ask you, I don't think I ever did, but you played for San Francisco for a year. Was that like sort of a dream come true for you, or no, growing up in that area?
Yeah, it was bittersweet though, because I didn't get to the playoffs with the Bills. The goal was to get to the playoffs and break that drought and et cetera, et cetera. That's where I started. So when I went to the Niners, it was cool because I went there. That's the home team, but I rather broke the record or broke the drought and then went and chose, going to play at my hometown. So once again, it's not always fair, but it was worth it though. Being able to spend that time going through that process. I got to meet new friends. So it was worth it, but it didn't feel fair at the time.
Yeah, it is, and it's. I was gonna say it's kind of cool that that Purdy, also a seventh rounder, like you,
Indeed.
having as much success as he's having, in large part because, like you guys always worked, you always prepared, you were always ready, and you just kept surprising and surprising and surprising and surprising. And it was one, and it's just, I mean, it's a testament to you and to him, obviously, and just the irony that you both, he currently and you did play for the Niners. I just thought was interesting.
Indeed, there's so many obstacles, so many players in the league that been through things and overcame things, whether it's mentally, personally, or publicly. It's a story out there, and that's what kind of brought us to creating our Spark books and our children books. We want to create a stronger world. I don't want to just make it easy and say a better world. We want strong mentality type kids, to understand that the world ain't perfect. You're not gonna always get it your way, but you see that person on TV, the person he been through this, and this also. So you feel me? You can relate to that, and you'll be that or better. You feel me? So like Purdy's a testament to it. Me, you having your show, like you helped me get so much in awards. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got a skill that you can teach somebody else, and that's just the mentality that I have now, just connecting with everybody and taking advantage of every opportunity that I got.
Love it. I really look. I look forward to the 12th at the Vintage store on everything vintage on Hurdle. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope we can definitely catch up there.
I was saying like just like how you saying with that, like Skilly's never done this before at everything vintage. This is fairly new. He's taking a risk, letting the people in like this. It's gonna be a limited amount of people, but still, this is something that he's sacrificing, and that's what it's about. Like we all taking sacrifices, and we just trying to stay positive and progressive, and hopefully nothing bad happens or unfortunate happen. But and people just understand like there's more to come. We support it. There'll be more to come.
Love it, dude. All right, so for everybody and anyone that's watching this should already know all of this, but let people know, your socials and where people can find your books and all that good stuff.
Indeed. So our children's book, that's most important. The future is most important. So you can go on imaginewepublishers.com and you can find our Freddie Jackson book. You can find mines. You can find you can pre-order the Fitz Magic book. It should be coming out in a few weeks. So it may be up there soon. And then you can also find our Visions coloring book by me and Zach McCabe, who's our illustrator, which is a coloring book, like I said. So imaginewepublishers.com. To be updated on anything, you can get on our Facebook. You can just type in Stevie Johnson. On X is Stevie Johnson 13. And Instagram is hbhf.stevie.
Love it. Love
it. That's we try to put everything out as much as we can so you guys can see what's going on and tap in different lanes that we got going.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, so I'm assuming you're going to the game on Monday night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right,
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with my kids also. So
awesome.
They looking forward to it. Yeah, they looking forward to checking out they bills in the atmosphere.
Will they all be wearing 13 jerseys?
I don't know. I'm actually gonna give them an option. And give them an option. I'm pretty sure. Who knows? I don't know.
Are the Bills your favorite team naturally?
Naturally, yeah. They all go for the Bills whenever they own. They got their personal teams that they like, players and stuff, but it's like a home thing.
Yeah,
they grew up in that Western New York, that they see that blue and they comfortable with
it. It looks good on everybody. You can't go wrong with blue, right?
Right.
All right, brother. Well, listen, man, I appreciate your time. It was so nice of you to do this, man. Safe travel here to Western New York, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend. And everybody, hey, look, Christmas is coming. I mean, I hate this time of year is so hard for me because I just don't want to get that deep into winter, but it's reality. We live it. So yeah, Christmas is coming for your kids, for other people's kids. Buy this man's books, will you?
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna only spark the mind and help them out.
All right, brother. We love you, man. And like I said, safe travel, and We'll see you this weekend.
Appreciate you, brother.
Go
See
Bills. You
next
got it,
time.
brother. All right, man.